Welcome to Dig It, a real estate podcast by Hubbell Realty Company. On today's podcast, we're bringing together two companies who are a combined 270 years old. That's right. Easterseals Iowa is joining us today on Dig It, a real estate podcast by Hubbell Realty Company. And they're celebrating 100 years. We celebrate 170 years. And together, we're talking about all of the ongoing initiatives that Easterseals has underway right now, including joining us for our September Hubbell Extreme Charity Golf Classic. They're one of the organizations that's benefiting from our amazing event that's coming up here in just a few short weeks, and we cannot wait to share even more with you on all of the great things that they are doing for the children with and without disabilities here in our central Iowa communities. So let's dig in. Well, hi, everyone. We have Allison Daniels, Chief Development Officer with Easterseals Iowa, with us today. I'm so excited to have you here. I mean, I miss Sherry, but I really like having you on because I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Well, okay, Easterseals is celebrating 100 years this year. That is such a huge milestone. Hubbell's also celebrating 170 years. So together, look at us go.
We're really old.
We're really old. We're archaic, but that means we've learned a lot in our time. I feel like. For those listening or watching, can you just give a little bit of insight into what Easterseals Iowa is and some of the missions that you guys have as an organization, just to start?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people think of just Camp Sunnyside, but we have, I think we're at 21 different program lines now.
Wow.
We are a disability services provider. That's sort of the umbrella that we're under. So we help people with employment, we help them in the community, we help them on the farms, we have adult day services, we have an integrated child development center, our camp and respite programs, brain health programming. So we do a lot in the community and a lot for people with disabilities, but that disability services is the main thing.
So we, as part of this series, we have Easterseals on, we have Icon Water Trails, and also On With Life. And you guys really aren't that far away from On With Life. You guys are about, 2 or 3 miles apart.
Yeah.
And again, I don't understand how people don't know more about your organization. You're a little hidden gem, but once you turn the corner at Easterseals, it is just this sprawling area of services that are provided for Iowans. So tell us more about some of those programs and just what they really do for people of all ages.
Sure. Well, starting, like I said, at the 6 weeks of age, our Integrated Child Development Center, we serve kids with and without disabilities. We have certified preschool teachers on staff, so kids have milestones that they have to reach, and they go kindergarten ready. It really is a beautiful model because kids are together, they learn and grow together, and they learn that a friend is a friend. It doesn't matter if you look differently or talk differently. And studies show that the earlier a child with a disability is integrated, the more success they're going to have in life. And then, of course, for the folks that don't, the friends that don't have a disability, again, they just learn that a friend is a friend.
I think that's such an important point. It's with and without disabilities. I know that when we were out there, and we're going to get into extreme builds and things, but when we were doing some more of the work out there, a lot of the questions had come up of, someone's sibling could come with them and go to, care with their sibling who also has a disability.
Right.
And that's just, it's easier for the parent, and it also is just, it's, again, learning that next step of a friend is a friend.
It is a beautiful model.
Yeah.
And then our day camp program as well is integrated for kids with and without disabilities. So we have the resident camp, the overnight camps for people with disabilities of all ages, but then we do a day camp for kids with and without disabilities. My kids have done it. They loved it. I got my kid that doesn't do anything to go on the zip line, and which is broken now. We're going to have plans to fix that.
Okay. Duly noted. Duly noted.
But yeah, we have that, and then we also do resident camps every other weekend all throughout the year. Respite camps every other weekend all throughout the year. So respite means to give a break. So caregivers who are caring for a loved one with a disability, whether it's a child or a sibling, they're able to drop their loved one off on Friday around 5, and then they stay for a long weekend. Campers get, to have a little mini camp experience, and then of course the caregivers get a much needed break from caregiving. We've heard over and over again, this program saved our marriage. We hadn't had a date in 10 years. I got to do, laundry or just take a nap or go to my other kid's baseball game. And
just some basics that maybe a lot of people take for granted day in and day out.
Right.
I think that's what we're hearing in a lot of when we had On With Life on previously, and I knew we were going to get there with you, but it's just some of these things that everyone gets to do day in and day out and not think twice about, whether it's making breakfast or whether it's, taking kiddos to just one stop on a daycare route instead of two. Your services are just making such an impact in those areas for people.
Even employment. I mean, that's the other thing that we take for granted.
That is huge.
People with disabilities have so many more challenges when they're looking for employment. And I mean, we believe having your own paycheck is the most independence you can have, and what it does for your self-confidence and your self-worth, and
so helping them get work ready.
Just independence. Helping them get work ready, help them find the job, help them maintain the job. I mean, it's so inspiring to see somebody get that first job or get a promotion at work. I mean, there's just nothing better, to give people that opportunity.
Well, and you guys have a phenomenal team. I don't know what you're up to numbers-wise now, but I know that you have so many people working on these programs too that it's so it's just encouraging. It's been encouraging to see how much Easterseals has grown since Hubbell got involved, and so we'll dive into Extreme Builds a little bit, but we're going to just keep kind of going over your mission and growth and things. But I think Hubbell got to know Easterseals back in 2012, maybe 2012-ish, when we came out and did our 2013 Cabins for Campers, the one of the first Extreme Builds that we had done following a build in 2009. And so that was kind of a lot of our associates' first time seeing Camp Sunnyside and Easterseals and getting to know you guys. And those cabins are still standing and
in great shape.
And looking great.
You guys did an amazing job. Every time I give a tour, I'm like, look at this. It's been, the polished concrete floors and
I can't believe it's been over 10 years.
And they're used regularly, and they're well loved, and they're in great shape. And our team is just so proud to have our campers in there, and they're so much more accessible. I don't know if you had heard this story, but when we did the big reveal the day of, all our respite camp team, a lot of teachers, nurses, students, they're a tight-knit crew, and they really were against tearing down their beloved cabins because they had such wonderful memories in them.
Of course.
And they didn't want to put their hard hats on and see the progress throughout the week. The rest of us are looking at it. It was amazing to watch how fast everything happens.
Yeah.
And then when they got in there and they saw the bathrooms, that a wheelchair can roll under every single one, every single stall is huge and accessible, and they're like, they cried. They all cried, and they're like, okay, I get it now. I get it.
And those were two, I think, 7,000 square foot cabins that went up in about a week.
Yeah, 7,500 square foot each. In 1 week. So
that was wild. And that was prior to my time at Hubbell. But I've heard, again, you've shared so many stories, and our leaders and our leadership team has shared so many stories because, man, we've got those photos in archive, and those are fun to look back on too. Because I know that it was not without its weather challenges either.
That's what we do at Easterseals.
And in construction, let's be real. And I know that, so I fortunately got to be around for 2021's Extreme Build. That was, remember, I know we were talking about it as early as 2019 or 2020. And then COVID and everything hit, and we were like, are we going to be able to pull off this build, safely? When social distancing was such an important thing. Obviously, we've got, somewhat of a compromised population in some cases, but you guys have such ample space and outdoors. I know that when September of 21 rolled around, we were like, okay, we're going to build this new child development center. And I know it started out small, but it grew and grew and grew to, I think, 13,000 square feet.
I think 13,000.
Does that sound right?
Square feet. Yeah.
And so that was our 21 Extreme Build, and that one was so much fun.
It was so
you and
much
I spent many a late night out there because it was 24/7 around
Doubled
the clock.
our capacity of kids to serve. So
how has that made a difference for you guys? The child development center.
Just being able to say yes to so many more families. We take state assistance, so families that are trying to climb out of poverty. We open up more spots for those families, for siblings, that there's a child with disability and a typically developing child. They're able to come together. It's made a huge difference. And then just the layout of the building, all of the accessibility and the classrooms.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just beautiful. I have a grandchild that goes there and another one that's going to be starting
You can just walk
in the
down.
next week or so. Well, I don't, because I don't want to
Well,
cause issues, but I get to pick them up a lot.
Right.
But it's a phenomenal center. So it's been, and we're actually looking to expand on some infant rooms again, because
Wow.
we had a 3-year plan to onboard teachers, get some students in, get some of the kids in, and get classrooms open. We had a 3-year plan to get that done after the building was done.
Yeah.
We were full within 6 months. So, I mean,
Wow.
it just shows the need was so incredibly great.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know when we came to you, we talked about the statistics. We were in a daycare desert.
Yeah.
I think 47% less licensed childcare spots in Ankeny than needed, and 40% less in Des Moines.
And I can't imagine any of those numbers have
We
retracted.
are back to a 2-year waiting list.
Wow.
So,
and
yeah.
and that extreme build in 21 brought you from 60 spots to 120.
28, I believe.
128, and you now have a 2-year waiting list again.
Yep.
So expansion on the horizon for you guys. What tell me more about this 100 years and how you're celebrating this huge milestone, because I'm sure there's a lot of talk about strategic planning and what's the next, 25, 50, 100 look like. But how are you guys kind of trying to live in the moment for 100 years and then look ahead?
Well, we just feel, our team that is there right now feels so incredibly honored that we get to be the ones to celebrate this and to shape how it's going to look. It's been so much fun reaching out to former camp counselors, former team members, former clients, campers, and they've all been coming back and saying, this is how the mission has impacted me over the years. And there's so many stories. So we're doing something all throughout the year. Every single month, we're trying to do something for our team members internally, do something externally. We did a 100-year celebration 2 days after our gala, because we kept the tent for a couple extra days. So
why not? If you're already throwing a party.
Why not go ahead and do that? And it was really cool. We had our board members there. They gave tours. We gave them some talking points and golf carts. They gave tours of all of the buildings. We had a couple that was there that met at camp, and they were celebrating their 40th anniversary that day. They came down from Minnesota to celebrate with us.
How precious.
I mean, people who have been, that were campers in the 70s were there. It was all of our favorite people.
Well, in a small world moment, my cousin was a counselor at camp, and she wrote a song about Easterseals. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, that's right.
When, she was younger and got to perform it. And so there's, I swear it's a little bit of you're one step away from someone who either has been impacted by Easterseals or has been influenced by all the great work that
so
you've
many
done.
times when I'm out doing presentations in the community, somebody will say, my parents met here when they were counselors, or my sibling learned to walk, over at the center, or it's so many. When you've been around for 100 years, you've had a lot of impact.
Well, and the regatta is probably one of our Hubbell Associates' favorite activity of the year. We get to kind of get together. I think we did get the is it the Larry Kotler Spirit Award?
Sunnyside Spirit. Yep, Larry Kotler Sunnyside Spirit Award.
Pretty sure we got that this year. Second year in a row. Just saying.
You guys bring it.
Shout out to Laura Miner, our event scout, because she's always behind the scenes rallying the troops. It's always just really cool to see how many companies though come out, from us to Fairway to all the way down the line. There's so many awesome supporters out there on. That's just one of the many events.
That's one of the great things about the regatta is camp is in season. Campers are on the island cheering along with you. So when people get out there, they see the mission. I mean, I think it was Don Coffin. Well, I know it was Don Coffin said to Sherry, our CEO, years ago, Sherry, if you just get them out there to see camp, if you just get them out there,
it's true.
You can't look the other way, because the work speaks for itself.
I remember the first time I came out to camp, and it would have been, prior to that first extreme build. But I turned the corner, you kind of down and around, and you're
tucked back in there.
It's kind of like, I'm in a timber setting, and then you come up and over, and there's Lake Cheerio, and there's all of the different buildings, and then you're like, this is not just, a one building area. This is just acres of land.
We're on 80 acres, and we're the best kept secret in town, and we don't want to be. We want people to know about us.
Need a spotlight on there.
And so with the 100-year, I mean, That's the important thing is like, what are we doing to make sure that we're around for the next 100 years to serve Iowans with disabilities? I mean, it's just the honor is great to celebrate, but the responsibility is great too to ensure that we're going to be here.
Well, if we have anything to say about it, we'll make sure people know, and we'll make sure people understand what all the great things.
Supporters.
Well, you guys make it easy. I just think we work really well together. That's all.
We do. We love our Hubbell family.
If on that note, I know that you've got some things in the works as far as, some fundraising goals and some campaigns that you guys are looking ahead to, again, maybe expanding or putting some funds towards some specific areas. So can you tell us a little bit more about that? I know you can't maybe share everything, but...
Yep. We are looking to grow some of our programs. Our brain health program, we started, I want to say 21, 22. So doing therapy, parent-child interaction therapy, individual therapy, group therapies. It's very difficult for people with disabilities to find a therapist. It's difficult to find a therapist.
I was going to say.
If you don't have a disability, but if you have a disability, specifically an intellectual disability, it can be very difficult for people. Yeah. Not a lot of therapists take Medicaid. Ours do. So we started that program because we knew that the need was there. We had received a large gift from a donor that helped us get that program up off the ground. We do crisis stabilization for both children and adults in the metro. And our brain health services, the outpatient therapy really has grown enough that we are looking to build some more space for that. That's one thing. Our assistive technology program, we have the assistive technology contract for the state of Iowa. And that has been in pretty much a basement and garage. That's where it's lived. Yeah. And I mean, they have thousands of assistive technology devices that provide solutions for people in their homes and in the workplace. And we want to get them into a decent facility so that when
they need an upgrade too.
They need an upgrade. And when they can, they've just continued to grow and expand. Yeah. And when people come in and meet with a counselor to talk about the challenges that they're facing and try out some different devices and meet with the counselor and we want a place that is welcoming and not in the basement. So, so that's another thing we're working on. Our health center, you've been in our health center. It's not in great shape. It's
it could use some improvement.
It needs to be torn down. So we're looking to do that. I mean, we have a nurse on staff 24/7. Yeah.
And that's what
during
you
camp.
have to.
I mean, we have to.
Yeah.
So we can't serve people with complex medical needs if we don't have that availability. So that really is essential for us. So that is another thing that we'll be building. And then just some other fun camp amenities. The zip line needs to be fixed, and we need some new ground cover for our playgrounds. Yep. So a variety of things like that. Our horse barn needs to be, that's falling down. We need a new horse barn.
Because you have horses on site.
We do. We have 3 horses and 1 mule.
I'm a sucker for a mule. I just love them.
He protects the horses apparently.
Oh,
I just found out.
They're their own personality. Yeah. There's so many components to what you guys do, and I know that like any nonprofit, you guys are good at making do with what you have and really putting people in the funds where they need to be, where they're going to be most impactful. And sometimes that means delaying a building or delaying, certain improvements. And so, I mean, I know that you guys deserve it and that it's time, and I'm excited for you and the campaign. And, we're going to be here to support, and we'll share when we can, and we'll share when we know more.
I mean, Hubbell has definitely stepped up. Kyle Gamble is leading our campaign committee. So, we are on our way. Got a good one there. Oh man, he's awesome. Yeah. So we are on our way. Yeah.
Well, I know that we've got a number of Hubbell associates that are on boards or committees or, always like to step up and help with the gala or the regatta and things like that. Yep. So you guys, again, you make it easy and you make it really fun. And one of our favorite things outside of the regatta is when you bring your carolers at Christmas time. My goodness. They are such a
That's
funny
actually
bunch.
Those are days that I say, am I getting paid to do this? This
right,
doesn't seem real because it's pretty fun when
you go around and you visit different companies and areas that have shown you support, and your campers and your person served all sing all the different carols, and it is, and You bring Santa along.
We bring, yes, Joey is a great Santa,
Joey's
and he has a great ho, ho, ho.
It echoes through our building, and then if you weren't in the, main rotunda area, everyone's oh, they hear it, and they're like, well, Joey's here. Okay, we got to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it turns into
He's good at
Mardi Gras when he starts tossing the candy.
He's good at the candy toss.
Yeah,
a 2-story candy toss. Yeah, he's good at it.
It's fun.
Well, anything else that's on the horizon before we go into our extreme golf, because we're so excited to have you guys as a partner again for that coming up in September.
Yeah, we appreciate it. I mean, we have so much fun with the golf tournament, and appreciate you guys always lifting us up, and so. Yeah, we can talk about the golf tournament.
Well, so as of today, I'm pretty sure we're sold out. So,
yay, good.
There's an update for you. Obviously, people can still donate at hubbellextreme.com, but there are just general donations. This is Hubbell Extreme Charity Golf Classic. For those that don't know, it's an AM and PM session. The double shotgun makes it a crazy day. Around the noon hour, we get the AM golfers switched out for the PM out at Woodland Hills Golf Course. And of course, this is presented again by Kohler and Plum Supply. They have been a presenting sponsor of ours for years in the running. And so we have so many supportive trade partners, but I know we get all of that support because of the people who are benefiting from it. So I know that when they see Easterseals' name, they're like, okay, in some cases, we have so many trades who have been part of every single extreme build, but definitely have been part of 2013. They were part of 2021. And so when they see your name on the, on the ballot, they're like, yep.
Well, that has been something that, I mean, Hubbell has changed literally the landscape at Easterseals and Camp Sunnyside, not only physically with the buildings, but the introductions that you've made. I mean, Mackinac got involved after the first extreme build.
Doug and Donna are awesome.
And there are so many, like you said, so many trades that continue to support us that were introduced by you guys. And because of these, and even at the golf tournaments, every now and then we'll keep meeting one or two new people that we start to engage with and that learn about the mission. So
our trade partners are next to none.
Yeah,
I swear.
Yeah. And they've become supporters, and they've stayed. So many have stuck around, and I mean it has changed the way we're able to do business and us being able to say yes to families. It truly has.
That's just music to our ears. I mean, that's about spreading the word of what you do in the mission and how you guys can help, Iowans just live their lives every single day. And so, closing out, because we're at time already. I told you this was going to fly by. It always does. So for people who are listening, whether that's community members, business partners, potential donors, if you will, what's the most important thing you want them to know about just Easterseals' future and maybe even a way to consider giving back?
Well, we love to invite people out to tour. Like I said, Dawn said, if you come out and see it, you want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And success builds on success, and we continue to help the people that we're serving be successful. So you can go to our website.
Yep, that'll be in the show notes for everyone. You can click on it and see all the statistics because, you guys serve, 3,000 people a year?
About close to 3,500 Iowans with disabilities each year.
Covering all 99 counties.
Yep.
So all the stats are there. All the way. Well, I've been around long enough. I better know it. I better know it. And all the funds stay here. I mean, that's it.
The funds stay right here in Iowa. Yeah, good. We are the Easterseals affiliate, the Iowa affiliate. Yeah.
Yep.
So yes, they can volunteer, come tour, donate. Just get a hold of me.
Yeah.
Get on our website. Get a hold of me. I'd love to show you around and talk about ways to engage. We have a lot of corporate groups that do volunteer days. So if your company has VTO, that's a great way to spend a team building day.
So when you get all that playground equipment shipped to you, then you'll just call one of those groups and say, all right,
come on over.
Come over.
Even, like I said, we're on 80 acres and we have a groundskeeping crew of about 2.5. So weeding, raking, planting flowers. I mean, we always have work to do. And then there's client activities that are fun. So we can find a way for you to be engaged at the levels that people are comfortable with if they just reach out.
Come see it in person.
Come see it in person.
I agree
100%.
I agree with that. Yeah. It is life-changing out there, and you guys do such good work, and we appreciate you. We'll drop all of your website, the Hubbell Extreme website, if you want to go out and donate for the upcoming golf. outing on September 3rd. There's still time. I think it's open till August 21st, so there's not much time, but get out there and support Easterseals, support the Hubbell Extreme Golf, and we're excited. We raised almost $70,000 last year, and we are hoping, and I think we're on track to break that this year. And so
thank you so much.
Here we go.
Yay.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks for listening to Dig It, a real estate podcast by Hubbell Realty Company. To explore more episodes, blogs, projects, and insights from us, visit the newly revamped HubbellRealty.com. Dig It is an amplified Des Moines production brought to you by Hubbell, 170 years of enriching quality of lives in our communities through construction, development, home building, and property management. Like, share, subscribe, follow, do all the things, and see you next time.